Hello everyone, this is Zombie Kids Rule, and I'm just doing a quick video here at the request of a commenter a few days ago on a previous video of mine that was just a quick demonstration of a very simple hangman puzzle. If you I guess it's a singular one I guess one puzzle. So it's not a repeatable puzzle. If you were going to do a repeatable puzzle, it would require it to be designed differently. But anyway, here is again what it does, and the person asked if I could share how it was made, and so I'm doing that very quickly. So you have three boxes here. You have your letters down here, and again, this is just a simple test. You'd have more letters, as you need for your puzzle. And if I click a wrong letter, it tells me it's wrong, and if I click a correct letter, it puts it where it is supposed to be, and if I have all the letters correct, it's just a simple solved, right? So this is just a very quick, simple, this is just a very quick, simple hangman type puzzle, and if I were to do it wrong, then it's going to say you lose. Okay, so again, this was just a very simple concept to show. And so here is how it works. And again, if you have a single puzzle with a single solution, then this is a very easy way to do it. So all this is I'm using the Show Picture plugin that comes default with RPG Maker MZ, and I'm just having it show an asset of just a box. All right, so it's a yellow box, and the plugin is basically I'm sorry, this isn't the plugin. This is just the show picture. I'm using just a regular show picture event command, showing the asset of just a box that I made in GIMP, and so it's showing three of those. Then I'm using the plugin text picture, which comes default with RPG Maker MZ, and that's just to show the letter A, right? Letter B, letter C, letter D. That's your alphabet all along the bottom. So you're using the simple plugin command text picture, and you just tell it what text you want to put in. Okay, and then after text picture, you have to have a show picture with a blank image, because the image is actually going to be the text, right? And you tell it where it needs to go. So again, I'm not going to go into this in detail. It's just showing how to do it. So show pictures for the three boxes, or however many boxes you need for your puzzle, or lines instead of boxes, whatever you're going to use for your puzzle, use show picture. Then the plugin command text picture to show your actual letters that you're going to pick from. And once you use the text picture plugin the plugin, right? The plugin command to show the letter, and you use the show picture to actually show the letter on the screen, then you're using the other default RPG Maker MZ plugin that comes called Button Picture. And what that does is it allows the picture that you used for the letter of the alphabet to be clickable and to call a common event. So this is setting the letter A. This and this are setting the letter A on the screen. This is making that letter A clickable. And then you do it again for however many letters of the alphabet or runes or whatever you're doing for your puzzle. You do that repeatedly. So here's your next one for your next letter or your next rune or whatever you're doing for your puzzle. You got to show it, then you've got to make it clickable. Same thing. The next letter or whatever, show it, make it clickable, and you notice that the common event that's being called is different for each letter or rune that you're clicking on. Here's my letter D, and then here's my letter E, right? So using those two plugins to show text on the screen and then to make that text clickable. And then the F, right? And then turning on a self switch, because I have this as a parallel event, so that means it automatically starts running, right? And so then this self switch switches it to page 2, which makes it stop running. All right, action button makes it stop running. So that's the that's the setup of this simple, very very simple hangman style, or inserting runes or whatever. So you show your boxes or your lines or whatever, then you show the values that you can pick from and make them selectable. So that's the first part of the event. The rest of it is just common events. So we're here, and let's see, common events, and it's way down towards the end. So here are my common events for the letters that are available on the screen. And because this is a single puzzle with a single solution, it was very easy to do. And if you wanted to do something different, you'd have to set it up differently. But I know that CBA, because the solution to the puzzle is cab, so C, B, and A, those common events, those are correct guesses. So for A, you're going to increase a variable puzzle letter count by 1. And it's now what this is doing is it's once again it's showing the letter A, right, with the text picture and the show picture. But what it's doing is it's showing it inside the box, in the correct box, in the correct spot in the puzzle. That's what this is doing. It's showing the letter A in the correct place. And then we're going to have a conditional branch. If puzzle letter count up here is now equal to 3, then it does that simple text, solved, you did it, and then it erases all the pictures on the screen. That's the common event for each of the correct letters that you choose. So B is exactly the same. You're increasing the variable, only now it's moving the letter B to the correct spot in the puzzle, and then it's checking. If there's now 3 correct guesses, then it's solved, and I'm going to erase all the pictures, right? The script, $game screen dot clear pictures with open and close parentheses. C is the same thing, exact same thing, right? You're just moving the C to a new spot in the puzzle, okay? And because, and here's the thing, because you're using the same picture, I don't have to erase the C or the A or the B or whatever. I don't have to erase it in the spot that it is and then show it in another spot. Because I'm using the same picture number, it's going to just move that picture. It's basically getting rid of it from the one spot and putting it in a new spot. So I don't have to erase it and then show it again. I can just show the same picture ID, and it removes the letter from where it was, and it puts it in the correct spot in the puzzle. So those are the 3 correct letters. The other 3, the just for this testing purposes, they're incorrect. So this one, I've already hard-coded it to be incorrect. So you're going to have another control variable, wrong guesses. You're incrementing it, adding by 1. It's going to erase the picture number 9. Why? Because that's the letter F in this instance, and we don't want that to be available for clicking anymore, and we're not going to put it in the puzzle. We're going to actually show a red X. So now it erases that option. When the player clicked on F, it erases that picture. And then it does 3 conditional branches. If wrong guesses is only 1, then we're going to basically draw an icon. That's the text picture plugin again, /I with 90. That's the icon number for the icon set that I'm using of the red X, and it's going to show that picture. If there's 2 wrong guesses, then it's going to show another red X, but in a different spot, right? You see how it's changing the X coordinates. And then if it's 3 wrong guesses, it's going to show the third X in a different spot. And then it's going to show within this one, if it's 3 wrong guesses, it's also going to show you lose, and then it's going to erase all the pictures with a script. Okay? And these other 2, E and D, they're exactly the same. So when they click on E, you increment the variable for wrong guesses, you erase that picture for the letter E, and then you have your checks. If it's one wrong guess, it's showing the first X. If it's two, showing the second X. If it's three, showing the third X. You lose, okay? And that's it. So again, this is very simple. It's you have a defined answer. It's a one puzzle eventing thing here. If you wanted to do something where you were having multiple puzzles like this with multiple different answers and things, you could either do it this way and just have a whole bunch of events, or you'd have to do it differently, more efficiently, for a reuse type situation. And that's not what I was doing. I was just doing a very, very simple test of this. So, and that's it. So once again, this is very, very simple. You've got your three spaces in your puzzle, or 5 or 10 or whatever you have, lines, boxes, whatever. You have your text picture and followed by your button picture to show all the values that are able to be selected. All right, and you do that as many times with as many different picture IDs as you need, and then you basically turn that off. This one event sets up the puzzle, and now it's displayed on the screen, and all of the letters are selectable. All right, and so it's this event is done. And then after that, it's just being run by the common events, right? So if you pick a correct letter, then it does this common event. These three are the same, and and again, all it's doing is it's getting rid of the letter from where it was when the player clicked on it and putting it in the appropriate spot in the puzzle. And then these three up here are wrong guesses, and it's just saying, hey, I'm going to erase that as a selectable option, and then depending on how many wrong guesses you've had with the variable, it will show the X's. And then if you've got 3 wrong guesses, it's going to give the message you lose, and it's going to clear all the pictures with the script. Okay, and that's it. That's the entire thing. So again, this may not be the most efficient way to do this. I made this quite a while ago. I had actually forgotten about it until somebody asked about it. This is how I did it at the time. There's probably a more efficient way to do it, but hey, this works. And again, if you wanted to do something that was like, say, a Hangman game that was repeatable, you would probably want to design this much differently. You would want your events to be able to be repeated, maybe drawing from arrays with the value of the solutions or whatever, something like that. But this is just the simple way to do a hard-coded, here's my one answer, here's my one puzzle, and they either get it right or they're wrong. And of course, instead of the you lose or you win text, that would be replaced with whatever happens in your game where somebody solves the puzzle correctly or they don't, right? And that's it. So anyway, I hope that helps. I will post this up, and again, if I'm only doing this because somebody asked specifically to show how I did that particular one, and again, hope it helps somebody. And I will try to do some more videos in the future. I'm trying to work on some JavaScript in RPG Maker MZ. So I've been going through a JavaScript course, and I've been playing around a lot from the beginning of learning how to do JavaScript. And so I do want to make a video series starting from the beginning and just showing JavaScript specifically in RPG Maker MZ, because it can be different from just working in the browser or doing a script editor or something like that. So anyway, hope everybody's having a great day, and I will talk to everyone later. Bye.